everyone. Today didn't go quite as planned. Actually, nothing went as planned. But instead of calling it quits, we threw the itinerary out the window and cooked up a whole new adventure on the fly. No script, no schedule. Just tenacity, good vibes, and a little creative chaos. Let's see where this unexpected day takes us. Good morning, everybody. We are having breakfast here at the hotel. It is about 8:30 in the morning. The breakfast setup here at the courtyard is a little interesting. Breakfast is not provided or hosted by the hotel. They have sort of like a bistro Starbucks setup. They have their own menu. They're separate from the hotel. So you pay at the bar, basically. You can't include it, or you don't include it in your hotel tab. So I've ordered a breakfast flatbread, which includes eggs, bacon, some avocado spread, and salsa on the side. And then I got my skinny latte. That's what they call a non-fat latte. We are going to be on a tour this morning. That's why we decided to just have breakfast here in the hotel. It's just more convenient. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to finish our breakfast before we head out. All right, so looking for some trips. I'm gonna look at Viator first. Darwin's looking at TripAdvisor.
Let me look at that.
So a lot has happened this morning and it is only 11:20. So the plan for today was to join a plantation tour to Magnolia. So a Magnolia plantation tour, which started at 10 a.m. And we were all supposed to meet at 375 Meeting Street, but that street was blocked off because they're setting up the event for the Food and Wine Culinary Classic. So now we didn't know where to go to meet up with the tour. So we decided to go to the next block where we saw other tour groups meeting. So we decided to go to those, and there were two places and they were pretty much a block apart. You could see them. And so we went to one. Our tour wasn't there. We went to the other one and our tour wasn't there. So I finally called them, and lo and behold, I did miss a call from them about 2 minutes before 10 o'clock. And so I called them and they said that they tried to call me, but at that time we were running around and my phone was on silent, so I didn't realize they were trying to call me. Again, 2 minutes before the tour started, or would have started. So yes, the tour left us. But we were able to get a full refund, thankfully. We booked this tour through Viator, and the local company is called Adventures Organization or something like that. Not a great start. So we decided, and then for this afternoon, we were supposed to join another tour, which was the carriage ride through the old town of Charleston. And we really wanted to go outside of Charleston. That's why not go out of Charleston, but go out of the city proper and really visit the plantations out there. And while we were looking through all the tour companies,
I don't have a reservation, but I wanted to see available.
either through Vider or Get Your Guide or TripAdvisor or wherever else, but there's nothing left for the day, and we're leaving
The
tomorrow.
location is Charleston.
So now we are trying to book a
I saw
car
that
or
you
rent
guys have
a
an
car
office
so we
in,
can just drive ourselves out to the
390
plantations.
Meeting Street. Is there a car pickup there?
Oh my God. I hope it works out. Darwin's actually on the phone already. Trying-
Well, like I said, I don't have a reservation. I wanted to
Trying
see
to
if you have any
find
available.
a car, an available car. All right, TBD. Alrighty, so we missed our tour this morning, and so we got our own tour bus. So because we rented last minute, this was the only option that we had, and so we took it because there was no choice, for one thing. And I really wanted to get out and explore the rest of Charleston. I wanted to get out of downtown Charleston. And the cost for everything, the rental and tickets to the plantation is the same cost anyway as the Magnolia tour this morning. For the car rental, it was $90. That includes the actual rental at $70 and then $20 for insurance. When we first booked the car rental, we asked for a compact, and the compact cost was $70. So by the time we got here, it was only like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later from our actual conversation on the phone. They ran out of cars, and this was the only thing they had left. So they gave us the same price of that $70 plus, and then of course we got the bumper to bumper insurance coverage. And then I went ahead, after we received the car, I went ahead and bought tickets online for Boone Hall Plantation instead of Magnolia. But this way, we're able to really explore other areas and not just that one plantation. We're sort of just playing it by ear. We do have the car all day. It's only 1:00 p.m. So we're gonna start out at Boone first, and then we'll see. We're definitely playing it by ear for the rest of the day. So stay tuned, because it's really TBD. We're not sure what we're doing. But, Palmetto Island. All right. Right next to Enterprise was a Vietnamese pho and bubble tea place, so we bought some for the road. And we are at Boone Hall, and we are going to have a tour to see the inside of the house. We are at their cute cafe and we just had a hot dog. I tried to share it with you guys at the time, but my microphone battery ran out and I didn't know. So I was just talking. So the house tour was about 30 minutes long and it was only the bottom of the house. This house actually is not the original house. It's already the fourth iteration. The first house, built in the 1600s, was destroyed by a fire. The second house, built in the 1700s, was destroyed by a hurricane. And the third house, which was a two-story farmhouse, was demolished by the then owner when it was purchased in the 1930s. So this house was built in the 1930s. I really enjoyed the tour. It's a lovely house. It's a lovely, quote-unquote, modern house. But the estate is really nice and it has been used in many TV shows and movies. Most notably and most currently, The Notebook, which I have to rewatch now because I don't remember the locations and the sites within that movie. And on the tour, you're not allowed to take any videos or photos because it is still a private residence. And all the furnitures and everything that's in there, the art, are owned by the current family. There's no furniture or items in the house, I believe, that is original from the 1600s. So now we are looking for another place to visit. It is around 3, or it's almost 3:30, and most everything that we wanted to see, we wanted to actually see another plantation, but everything closes at 5 p.m. So we're sort of still researching on where to go from here. There are very many roundabouts here in Charleston. We are on the S10, and for every half mile there is a roundabout. Oh shoot! It's closed already. So a lot has happened since we left Boone Hall. When we were leaving Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we were playing with the idea of visiting several plantations since we had a lot of time in our hands and have the ability to move around with the car. So as we were finishing the tour of Boone Hall, we looked up Drayton Hall and Magnolia Plantation, which was pretty close to each other. However, they both closed at 5 p.m. and we were leaving Boone Hall around 3:30. And Drayton and Magnolia are an hour away from Boone Hall. But still, we decided to just chance it. So we ran into Drayton Hall first around 4:40 p.m. But as we turned into the estate, the gate was already closed. So up the road was Magnolia Plantation, and we just decided to proceed. And just to see what we can see. So we were able to enter the estate, park, and even walk up to the admission booth. However, they wouldn't sell us any more ticket because there was only 10 minutes left before they close. However, as you exit the estate, there are locations within the estate that frames or exposes the main house to visitors. I'm not sure if that was by original design, but we were able to park next to the slave quarters area and walk a short distance away from it and be able to see the main house. So I was able to get a decent look of it and was able to film a little bit, as well as the slave quarters area. That one actually was easier to see, but I couldn't walk through it because it required an admission ticket. So I wanted to respect that. So I just took whatever film or video I could. So I'd say that I have visited Magnolia Plantation. So now we are heading back to Enterprise to drop off the car. Alrighty, our last dinner here in Charleston. And so we are gonna have oysters. I should just pick it up. And this is baked oysters with white sauce and bacon. That is fantastic. Fantastic. I love it. Look at that.
It's tiny. I can't grab it.
Yeah, except the oysters are a bit small. It's okay. The taste is awesome. So we ordered some blue crab tagliatelle and scallops, and they look awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dig in. I mean, it's seafood all day, every day here. We have been eating mostly seafood, and I'm not sad about it. It's been really good so far. Or most of the seafood that we've had has been just outstanding. I wish that I was here for the food and wine culinary.
Everything looking okay, guys?
It looks so good.
All right, we got everything you need. We got share plates, we got utensils. All right,
Yes,
enjoy.
thank you. Yeah, I wish I was here for the food and wine culinary event, which is taking place next week, because I really want to experience that. But Charleston has a fine palate. All right, here we go. Yummy. There's a lot of tomatoes in it. It doesn't have a tomato base. It has whole tomatoes. And the pasta is great. Today has been one of those days where we've fought through it. And luckily I felt like we were highly successful in pivoting. And this is a good reward. Plus the weather today, crazy. The highest was like 55, but it felt like it was 45. Compared to yesterday, which was 75. That felt like it was 80. Plus we didn't really have a lunch today. We had our hot dog and our boba. But for some reason, I wasn't really hungry all day. I think it was the adrenaline. All right, next, trying these scallops. And this was recommended by our server. And it just has lots and lots of veggies on it. And potatoes. It looks great. It sounded great. It looks great. It smells great. And per Darwin, it's fantastic. Let's get a good bite out of this. It's tender and firm. It makes your brain, or it tricks your brain on how that can happen, but fantastic. Our last dinner here, fantastic. Something worth mentioning, one of our Uber drivers yesterday, we were talking and he asked us where we were from. And then I made a comment that the East Coast is so different from the West Coast. And I know it conceptually, but I love his description of it. The East Coast is very much influenced by the British and the French, while the West Coast is influenced by the Spanish. So very true, but I've never really put that together. But oh yeah, that is true. I've never described it in my head that way, even though I know, yes, there's, of course, the British established the colonies and the French were fighting them for it. So yes, up and down the East Coast, there's a lot of that influence. And the West Coast is pretty much untouched by the British and the French. So yeah, dynamically that description totally works, and I love that description. The difference between the coasts. I'm gonna steal that and use that in conversations. Both dishes, actually all three dishes, are fantastic. Highly recommend this place if you guys are ever here in Charleston. And definitely recommend these dishes. We're back at the hotel, and right after dinner, we picked up some goodies. Some insomnia cookies. I don't think I've ever had this before, but I think this is mainly an East Coast product anyway. So I'm excited to try it. All right, so my cookie is an oatmeal walnut cookie deluxe, meaning it's as big as my head. All right, let's try it. It's still warm. It is completely blustery outside. It is cold. It feels like it is now 35 degrees outside, and the wind has picked up. So it's nice and cozy in here as I eat my cookie. It's good. Very, it's not too sweet, which I like. That is actually what I prefer. Not too sweet. You'll let the sort of the chocolates and the nuttiness of the nut carry the cookie. I like it. So we still have a few more adventures up our sleeves for tomorrow. So join us as we wrap up our visit here in Charleston. So I think this is a good place in time to end this vlog. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd like to hear your thoughts. So from my mind side to yours, definitely more to come. Thanks for watching.